Look, it's absurd. The new electric train in Ethiopia is gonna have the majority of the workers being Chinese. It's a shame that as Africans we haven't learned anything from colonization. Reverend Desmond Tutu said that the European came, he told us to close our eyes and let's pray. By the time we open our eyes, we had the Bible, they had our lands. Somehow we've gone through that nonsense, and now we seem to let these Chinese and other, Asian countries take over our lands again. It's like we never learned anything from what happened in colonization. Chinese infrastructure, development in Africa is crazy now. And you'll be like, oh, we got a Chinese loan for this and we got Chinese loan for that. But nothing is for free in this world. And it seems like our people don't learn. Like in Ethiopia, they got these new electric trains in Ethiopia now. That's going to go from Ethiopia to Djibouti. And it's going to cover 466 miles. And it's a beautiful thing. It's actually a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. And it costs a lot of money, like $3.4 billion. That's a lot of money. And guess who sponsored 70% of it? The Chinese. But it's not for free. From the train conductors to the train management are all gonna come from China. And they're coming for 5 years. 5 years, people. Or at least so they claim. God knows, before you know, then they claim that, just for the 5 years so that they can train, the actual Ethiopians to take over. If you had any real, desire to actually train people to do this thing, to actually train the natives of the land to do this, you would have done it while the land was being built. Nothing stopped you from doing it before the completion of the job. But they're going to get people from China to come in there. They're going to do this job, get paid ridiculously more than they will ever pay, a local person to do the same job. And then when even assuming these people leave, they're still going to underpay the people that take over. And that's the kind of mentality that we have. That's the kind of way we think. That's how we do things. We are that crazy. And guess who's going to be the people, selling stuff and doing the reception, doing what I call the donkey job. Oh, that one we don't need to bring people from, China. We can use the Ethiopians for that. But when it comes to, the management of the railway line, when it comes to, the train controlling and the station, masters, that one we need people from China to do that. And it's a similar thing that happens in Anglo Gold or Ashanti Gold or whatever you want to call it in Ghana. They do the same nonsense. And it seems like every project that involves, an African country with a Chinese money, or whether it's an Indian money or Japanese money, they always bring their own people. So it's not for our benefit. It's for their own people's benefit. Because who made these, trains? It's a Chinese company that made the trains. Okay. Who's sponsoring it? It's the Chinese banks. When they say, the Chinese gave a loan to, construct this particular stretch of road. Who wins those contracts? It's the Chinese, what's it called? The Chinese people that build roads that win these contracts. And it seems like we don't understand that. We don't seem to appreciate that. And I feel, anyway, and I think there will come a time where, the Chinese will take over Africa. And we will just be like what the Europeans did to us. We will just be back in the colonization, but just with the different people at the helm. Should be the Chinese. And that will be a very, very sad thing. Trust me, the writings are on the wall. And it seems that our people are not seeing that. And I hope it's not too late before we see this. Anyway, let me know below, what you think. Whether the Chinese, takeover is real, or I'm just, hallucinating.